Hello, I'm Cosmic Jack. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am shaking and quaking at the bits about the astrology happening right now. My mind is exploding. It is awakening. It is so excited to see what is happening and what is in store for us as Saturn will enter Aries on Saturday, May 24th. And, we have been feeling Saturn this week. It has put the full court motherfucking press on your physical body, which is your subconscious body. It's put a lot of pressure on you to master your karma, clear and close out cycles, and really unbecome who you've been in your past. And in order to do that, you've had to face and confront your fears, your past, your lack, your limitations, your vices, your addictions, your shadows, your secrets, basically anything in the unseen world that is no longer serving you is being released and is being the umbilical cord, the wiring, the circuitry, the beliefs, whatever is holding and keeping you in a past timeline is has to be severed. It's literally being snapped. You're being snapped and you're being severed, and all of this old version of you where your emotional energy has kept you at a really dense vibration literally is dying off. And this process can be really painful and confirmation. And it can be really confronting, and it can be really testing and really triggering, as essentially what was happening is your energy went like this, and so you're having to hold a lot more space in your physical body, and you have to hold this energy up here while all of this energy down here is literally being died off. It's being removed. It's being cleared. And so you're having to hold your level, right? You're having to hold it here, and you're having to be firm in your boundaries and strong and resilient and grounded as all of this chaos and commotion is happening down here. And what happens is during that process, your ego gets triggered and tries to control the process. So you're trying to control things with your mind, you're overthinking things, you're stressed out, you're confused, then you're operating from chaos, you're running around like your chicken with a head cut off, you're trying to force things to happen, and you're trying to control the outcome. Saturn in Pisces is no. The answers, the revelations, the break that you're looking for comes when you release your grip, literally open palm, release the reins. Stop trying to control everything. Stop getting lost in the chaos. Stop trying to control the birthing process, the rebirth process. And instead, just let it all go. Have faith, trust, and surrender. And you do this, but again, by just letting all of your emotions flow, all of the fears flow. You just meet everything in the moment, and you are empowered enough to feel everything. There's this quote that I love that it's a feeling or emotion fully felt is bliss. And that's what we essentially have been doing this week. We've been having to feel it all. We've been having to transform and transmute it all. And it can be really, again, just confronting, because your ego, when you're changing, your ego and your subconscious brush up against this new version of you that you're becoming, and they're in fights. They're not in cahoots. They're clashing. They're confronting. There's friction, right? There's friction in change. There's friction in the metamorphosis. And so Saturn is clearing out the last 2.5 years, really 2 and a few months, lessons of its move through Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac. And so we've been moving through these Saturn and Pisces lessons since March 2023. So think about the themes around the Pisces part of your chart since March 2023, as things are coming to fruition, a divine close and clear. And so that divine new beginnings can begin and enter. And so really focus and pay attention to what Saturn is wanting you to master, because Saturn will gift you on its way out of a sign if you've been putting in the hard work and lessons, and you essentially will reap the rewards of what you've sown. So if you've been putting in the work and putting in the mastery to overcome your karma in this part of your chart, Saturn's like, you graduated, congrats. Here is a huge graduation gift. Here's a huge bonus. Here's a new car. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the energy. Like, think of any big event or milestone, and like if you've ever received like a gift for it, you know? I don't know. That's just what's happening. And in the gift, it could be like a spiritual gift, it could be a psychic gift, it could be like something coming to fruition, it can be literally like mantum. I just combined manifestation and quantum, like quantum manifestation. That is what Pisces represents, because Pisces can just go up into the 5D and bring shit down. That's why it's so important for Pisces to be grounded. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna take that energy, that emotion, that feeling, and I'm gonna embody it, and then it's just gonna manifest into my reality. And so really mastering manifestation and that quantum creation process is what Saturn and Pisces is all about. That is the high octave of Saturn and Pisces. And so face the facts this week, surrender, let it all clear, let all the fears bubble up and release from your body. And that is important because when Saturn enters Aries, again on Saturday, May 24th, it's going to be a whole new world, quite literally. And this is a major, major deal. Not only is Saturn entering Aries, meaning it's changing sign, which only happens every 2-3 years, but Saturn is linking with Neptune in Aries. And Neptune just entered Aries March 30th. So think about the energies, what's been unfolding, what has been dissolved, what has been destructed, what has been unveiled, what has been revealed in your life, in your chart. I have a feeling it's a lot. We're clearing energy since March 30th. I don't even remember the bitch I was on March 30th, right? Like, I literally can't relate. I'm like, I'm too rich to relate to her. I have no idea. Like, no idea. Because the transitions that people that like are in my world, in my sphere, in my, you know, the journey that we have been on since March 30th has been like profound. It has been powerful. And it's like you literally like can just like go beyond time and become someone different. Like that's kind of the energy. Like you can literally transcend time. Like think like interstellar energy. It's like, oh, the book was just knocked off the bookshelf that gave you all of the codes and the keys that you needed to quantum shift your reality, right? Neptune in Aries is like you're one perception shift away from an entirely different life, an entirely different identity, an entirely different plane of existence. I mean, my clairvoyance turned on. Like, I'm like, oh, all of a sudden I can just see movies in my mind's eye. It was like the veil was dropped from my third eye. And I was already psychic intuitive before, but I'm like, oh, now we're talking. Now we're into the good stuff, right? And so if you have any major placements, planets at basically 0 to 3 degrees of the cardinal signs, which are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, you're definitely going to be feeling this. And you know, I have Uranus at 1 degree of Capricorn. It's in my 12th house. I'm ruled by Uranus. So that's probably why it's been such a awakening transit for me. But what is happening is Saturn and Neptune are linking at this basically creator degree of the zodiac, the beginning of the zodiac, which is a huge, huge deal. Saturn and Neptune only link like every 35 years or so. The last time it happened was when I was born, 1989. And, you know, I was born with this conjunction in Capricorn. If you were born in 89, early 90, you will have this as well in your chart. And this is Capricorn is structure, right? And this is like, I mean, I've told this story a couple times now, but like when I was born during an earthquake, during the San Francisco double-deck bridge collapse, like I was born during that earthquake, systems, structures, foundations collapsing, right? Neptune dissolves, Saturn is structure, Capricorn is about that as well. This is also when the Berlin Wall fell, right? There are going to be significant collective things happening this week, this month, while really for the next year, because they don't actually come into an exact minute conjunction until February of next year. So we're basically moving in and working with this energy of Saturn and Neptune so close for the next like 8-9 months, which is crazy. And in Aries is explosive, it's passionate and initiates, it takes action, it leads, it is the ram, it just puts its fucking horns down and it goes, right? So this is tension, this is turmoil, right? This is war-like energy. And so expect to see this manifest collectively, as above, so below. And so we can always just like look at the world stage to see what's happening. I was talking about this with my friend Jack, who I'm sure most of you guys know. She's who I'm doing the feminine frequency container with, about, you know, how this is manifesting in the USA's chart. And it's opposing the USA's midheaven. It's at 1 Libra. And the midheaven is the most highest point of the chart. So we're going to see this play out somehow with the USA and its birth chart, because if you guys can tell, the USA does not have a healthy Libra midheaven. It is not the definition of healthy, balance, harmony, cooperation, justice, peace. So Saturn and Neptune are like, we need y'all getting along. Like, hello, like division is not working. Like, I mean, or we'll see the results of what happens to a divided nation, right? Like the last time this transit happened was during the Civil War. We saw how this played out. Now, I am not a mundane astrologer. However, any good astrologer is a historian. And so we can look to the past to learn for the future. So I don't think being divisive and dividing a country is all that great, works all that well. So I think we can just, you know, learn from the history. The Civil War was happening with Uranus and Gemini and Saturn and Neptune and Aries, and that is literally what we're coming into. Come July, Uranus will be in Gemini. So just saying, let's learn from history, people. Anyways, this is a major deal. Aries is about your identity. How do you see and view and value yourself? Your identity determines your reality. So if you are not living in a reality that you're fully happy and fulfilled and satisfied with, you got to look at your identity. Identity work, confirmation, is something I wish I understood and learned 20 years ago. And this is like where they're like think and act like it until you become it, right? But what people get wrong is they don't understand how to do the embodiment work so that they're actually it, right? It's like your emotions, it is your feelings, it is your thoughts, it is your actions. And it is a lot. So you have to address the roots. You have to address the emotional and energetic body, right? You've got to address the nervous system, because your nervous system is programmed by your identity. It is programmed to your identity, right? You just have to think of your body as like a computer program. It's literally a software. And so in order to go to, like, literally you're changing the game cartridge. It's like you're playing Super Mario. And now you want to play Dungeons and Dragons. Like, I don't even know if that's something you can do. Like, they're probably separate. But it's like you gotta take out the game and you gotta put in a different game, right? Like, that's essentially what we're doing right now. And so it's actually gonna be harder to stay where you're at this point than to just choose to change, shift, and evolve. Like, Spirit kept showing me like a house, like in Twister, like getting just like uprooted and lifted and shifted. It's like that's literally what's happening. We're changing the fucking game. Now we're gonna be in Dungeons and Dragons, but maybe it's like a happy game, like, I don't know, like princesses and queens and cake. I don't know. So it's like wherever your fantasy reality is, we're gonna go like live in like the wicked land of like fairy tales and lollipops and gumdrops. Like, I don't know. And so it's like wherever you choose to land the forklift is going to be your new reality. And so you literally are just going to, like, life, it's just going to get too hard to stay over here. So you have to just move. You have to go. All lights are turning green. It's like green means go, like put the pedal to the metal and like go forward. You have to take action, you have to initiate, and you have to do the personal development work, the self-concept work, to really accept and learn and trust yourself to land this identity shift. And so it looks like, here's the thing, right? Like, I mean, this is going to be, if you want to dive deep into this work, definitely join the feminine frequency, because this is an entire thing we're diving extensively into. When we talk about identity, we really have to go to the solar plexus, and the solar plexus is blocked by shame. And so people like want to be more confident, but they don't understand necessarily like more of the deeper shadow work and nervous system work that it takes to like be confident, right? Aries is confident, it just takes action and it goes, and it's like, I would never think to not like just initiate and have confidence, right? But when we get trapped in shame, and women especially hold a lot of shame in our bodies, because hello, society is designed to shame us, then it really, basically what it does is like we have this like inner solar jetpack, right? Like think about the sun. It's like we have our sun. That's clouded. It's clouded. So it's like we're seeing ourselves, we're seeing our inner light through the clouds. And so we actually can't be as bright and as vibrant as we desire to be if we're hiding behind the shame cloud, right? And so you have to go and you have to clear shame from your body, because shame exists on the level of identity in your nervous system. And so this is why like shifting and changing isn't as easy as like, I'm gonna fucking think a thought and like create change in my life. It's like, no, your body is holding on to all of these programs about when you expressed yourself authentically, and when you were yourself, and when you asserted yourself, and when you were confident, and you were abandoned, you were shit on, you were blamed, you were rejected, you were abused, like whatever. Your body holds on to that trauma, it holds on to that memory. And so really to be fully empowered, which means, you know, creating safety on your own, and really the confidence, courage, and certainty to be yourself, you really have to clear out the solar plexus. And so again, like highly recommend you join the feminine frequency. We're literally clearing out all of the chakras, and we're doing the deep identity work. We're doing the personal development work. We're doing the nervous system work. We're literally turning our intuitions on. And we're clearing out a lot of the fear, the lack, the scarcity, the chaos, the stress, the anxiety from your body. Because once you just do that, your vibration just naturally lifts and your light just turns on, your glow turns on, because it's like you cleared out everything that was like holding you down and holding you back. And so that's why too, like change just like isn't so linear. Like information isn't enough to transform, because in order to transform, it's about embodiment, and information does not equal embodiment. And so it's like, if we all have all the information, like there's Google, like hello, you can just Google anything you want to know, but why aren't people living the life that they want to live? It's because they don't understand how to do the embodiment work. This is literally everything I teach you how to do in my world, because there was always a gap between what I knew and the results I was getting, and I didn't understand the disconnect, so I had to look at my body. If you look at my birth chart, it's like, oh right, like of course all of my work has been around my body, so I understand this deeply, and I know how to get you a transformation within that. So when it comes to Aries, again, it is about being yourself, it is about trusting yourself, it is about connecting to yourself, it is having self-awareness and really developing a new way of seeing, viewing, and valuing yourself, because again, that shapes your reality. So you can also look back to the themes that you moved through from July 2023 to January of this year, as the North Node was in Aries. This was a very confronting time for me. This is when I literally mastered identity work. Like I've completely transformed my inner world as a result of the identity work. Because, you know, my Libra was just really confronted trying to be Aries. Whoa, that was a big confirmation burp. I'm sorry for your little ears. But you can think about the themes that you've had to move through since the North Node was in Aries, because now Saturn and Neptune are doing a clean haul, right? And they're like, you are now going to see yourself clearly, and you are going to master yourself. And so staying where you are is not an option. You've done all this hard work to build new foundations, and now you get to grow and build and create upon, because you didn't live here, you didn't come here, you didn't come to this fucking shit show of this 3D earthly plane to be reactive. You came to be a creator, you came to be a player, you came to become who you are meant to be. So we just do that by unpeeling everything that you are not, and it's really about the unbecoming. So if you want to dive deeper into this work, I highly recommend joining the Feminine Frequency. Your life will shift, I guarantee it. Your light will turn on, you'll have a full head to toe glow up, your intuition will turn on, you'll feel better, you'll look better, your anxiety and stress will be cut in half. You're gonna have a better relationship with yourself. Trust yourself to make decisions. Be a leader. Be a go-getter. Be the driver in the driver's seat, the driver's seat of your freaking car, of your nervous system, so that you're in control. Your nervous system's protective patterns aren't. You'll have a whole new level of identity and standards and boundaries. And 2, you get to just create a life that feels and looks good to you in your feminine nervous system, because there really aren't really many divine feminine women embodied in the world. Like, I'm out in the world all day long, I can tell. I can tell. There's a lot of pretty women. There's not that many embodied feminine. So I'm just gonna say that. And so if you want, that's what's the great part about being a divine feminine, is your light fucking sticks out like fucking lighthouse in the dark sky, right? And it makes things a lot easier because things just come to you, you attract it, and you align with a life that you are destined for. So the cosmos are calling you to shift. So if you want support and co-regulation with someone who has really raised the standards and levels of living in their own life and done all of the embodiment work to really be safe, grounded, relaxed, at peace in my body, in my nervous system, no matter what is happening, that is the true gift, and that is the gold, baby. Definitely get inside of the Feminine Frequency. And we are doing 70 high sessions, which also just make these sessions so much more powerful. It clears all the emotional energy at the root, and really it just becomes it's going to be so magical. Like existing and anointing your body with 70 frequency is life shifting. Like, truly it is life shifting. Your energy will shift, your vibrancy will shift, and your heart will turn on, and so much magic will just start to come in. You'll be able to create a life beyond your wildest dreams. So I'll post all the information for that in the show notes. I dive in deeper into these energies on my Substack, so make sure you're following me there. And you can also book a one-on-one session with me down below. So sending you so much love. I am pumped for this transit, so get excited, because life is going to shift for the positive, right? It's always for the positive, even though if at times it feels like it's not positive. It's always positive in the end, because everything is from God. So love you so much, and see you on the other side of this cosmic shift. Bye, guys.